All right, guys, in today's video, I'm going to talk about the not so fun side of teaching online, and that can be getting a not so desirable review. Now, I don't want to say necessarily a bad review, because the thing about reviews is it's the person's opinion of the service, the teacher, whatever it is that they got, the product. So I'm going to talk today about getting a bad review and how to recover and move on from that experience. Okay, so reviews. They're part of life, they're part of businesses, they're part of being an online teacher. And so not every review you get will be the one that you want or expect. And so recently I just first got my, first bad review or not so great review. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm human. I was really disappointed and I was really sad that somebody had a bad experience with me in my class. And I don't know if it was necessarily me, but they weren't prepared for the class that I was actually teaching. And so before you go ahead and get angry or mad at that person, because that is a normal reaction to be like, well, why was it so bad? Or, you go through like that grieving process or kind of like that questioning yourself. And it's definitely just a human response. And even though some people can dwell on that for a long time and some people can bring themselves back quickly, I used to be the dweller, like if anything bad ever happened, you could just fall into that, oh my gosh, everything stinks and blah, blah, like you just can bring yourself down so quickly. And now I've learned, it doesn't have to be that way and you don't have to bring yourself down. And so that's why this video is super important, especially since I just recently got my first not so desirable review. And then even right before this video, I also got another parent, not so happy with one of my classes. And so this is what I feel about the situation. I have to think about the person who's giving the not so great review or giving the feedback, and I have to think about their experience and why they felt that way and how can I improve, or do I need to improve, or was it error on their part, my part? Investigate, right? Investigate all the pieces and all the parts before you get to the angry place, because when you first see it, you get that oh my gosh, what happened? Why am I getting less review than 5 stars? What is going on? And so the first one came probably a couple of days ago. And then today, it was early this morning or today, I got another review that was just not as great either. And I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? What is happening? And so I did realize that on one of my class listings, I can improve it so that these parents can understand exactly what my class is about, and that's part of it. So I had 2 parents that had signed up for one of my classes and they had their kid join them, and it turns out from their feedback, because I can only go off of what they said, their student or their learner was not happy with my class because they were new to the concept and the game that we were playing. And they did not understand that my class was for people who have already known the game and played the game and know how to do it and work it. These parents thought that my class was like a beginner's tutorial and that I was going to teach them how to do it. And so if that's what they thought based on my listing, I have to consider a bunch of things. Well, number one, did they read my listing all the way through? That could be a reason why that they assumed one thing. But I'm just going to assume, that could be very well it, that they just assumed and they read a little bit of it and then they said, yes, this is perfect. That very well could be it. But I'm not even going to go there. I want to assume that they read my whole listing, that they, watched my videos, they looked at my profile, they saw everything I had to offer and still were not satisfied. Because if I look at it that way, then I say, hey, what can I do to fix this for future parents and students to make sure that they don't end up in my class if it's not right for them? Because I want to believe that everyone reads everything that they're supposed to before they join the class. So even if they didn't, I will never know, but I'm going to assume that they did and then see where I went wrong or how I can improve to make sure that future parents know exactly what I'm offering and exactly what's happening, so I can keep pleasing the people out there that want to join my class and not disappointing people that join it and then it's not what they thought. So what I did was I went on my class listing and I looked it over and I read it through and I said, what can I do to either rearrange my words or add words here so I can show these parents exactly what this is about and maybe give it a better description. So this fix was actually quite easy. I was able to just go on my listing, and before even beginning anything, I put a little asterisk with I think that's how you say that, and I put a little sentence ahead of it, everything, and said, this class is for seasoned players who know and understand the game. Bam. Because now, even if parents don't read the entire description, I put it at the very, very top in hopes that before parents sign their kids up for any piece of what I'm offering, that they see this game is for seasoned players, okay? It's not for beginners. It's not. I have a class now that probably a few days, maybe a week ago, that I opened for beginners so I can teach them how to play the game, because as a teacher now, I can offer stuff, and then as you're, going through and building all your classes, you start to think of new ones. And I had a parent come to me a few weeks ago saying, I really want to join your class, but my kiddo doesn't know how to play that game. Like, do you offer in a class on how to play, and then we can actually go in your playing game? And I was like, oh, what? That's a great idea. So a parent actually gave me the idea, and I'm like, this is fantastic. So now I can reach even more learners, even more parents, to show them how to play the game, and then they can actually go in my class where we play the game. So I added that, seasoned player thing to my description now. So hopefully when parents are looking to sign up for my class, they're now aware that I'm not going to show them the basics in this class. This class is expected for you to just come in, know what you're doing, have a basic understanding of the game, so you can come right in and play and be social with us. And so that's how I fixed the problem now. And of course, I reach out to these parents and I let them know, like, I'm not attacking them. First of all, number one, you don't attack them. You have to understand that everybody has an opinion no matter what. And how can you give feedback back to that parent without being condescending or rude? And so what I simply say is, I am so sorry you did not get the experience that you expected. I really hope that you find another class that suits you. Bam. Because for me, you should always respond to every kind of feedback that you get, especially when it's public for everyone to see. So anytime somebody gives me a good review, I respond to them and I thank them so much for their, appreciation and for taking the time out to give me feedback, because they didn't have to do that. So I always respond to feedback, whether it's good or bad. And then the bad feedback, I still respond in that nice way, those 2 short sentences. And I'm just saying, like, I'm sorry you didn't get the experience that you were looking for. I'm not being condescending. I'm not apologizing for what I'm doing, but I'm sorry that I couldn't please them in what they thought that what they were getting. Like, I don't want anyone to be upset. I want people to be able to read my description, come in my class, and enjoy it. That is why I'm doing it. Like, I'm getting fun out of it and I'm getting to teach. And if you're not getting that experience, I really am sorry. I want you to get the experience you came looking for. And so I have had parents who withdrew from one of my classes. One parent, she withdrew with one of my classes. She was like, that was not what we were expecting. My son can't take that. It was too much. And I was like, you know what? I am so sorry for that. Let's see if I have another class that would suit your son. So one of my classes had a pretty big class group. I think that one was like 18 learners in one class. And some kids love that so much. They love having so many different kids to talk to. And this particular kiddo was like, whoa, sensory overload, too much going on, couldn't take it. And he wanted more of a smaller class size. And so I was like, hey, you know what, parent? I actually do offer this in a smaller class size. Like, why don't I send you the link for that class? And that would be way more suitable for student. And she was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Yes, I would love to do that. So I was able to give her still what she was looking for, offer her one of my classes. And so I still didn't lose the learner. I was still able to, redeem the situation and say, hey, like, you're right, that wasn't for a student, but this one could be. And so making sure that you can lead people in the right direction is super helpful. And even if it's not your class, if I know somebody else that can offer somebody what they're looking for, I am all about promoting my other teacher friends and saying, hey, I don't have this, but teacher Yellow over here, she can do it. Like, why don't you check out her classes? She has that. Because why not be supportive and find what the people are actually looking for? They're only going to be more apt to, sing your praises later because you're helping them and you're not just like saying, oh, sorry, I don't have what you need, so see you later. Like, no, I'm a teacher for a reason. Like, I want to help people and I want to teach them. So, and I want to like guide them in the right direction. So, the moral of the story overall is don't let a bad review or a not so great review get you down and make you feel like you all of a sudden need to change everything about your class and, delete the class or withdraw everybody and like freak out. Like, step one, don't freak out. Okay. Don't freak out. It's okay. You're never going to get 100% approval. You're just not. That's not how life works. Step two, think about what they said in their review or feedback. Most people do give it to you. And then, figure out how you can use that and not maybe like totally disrupt your whole life and change everything, but think about how you can apply their feedback into potentially helping you make it a class where people are not confused about what it's about and making it more, give them more clarifying information for future people who come and look at it and say, oh, this is for this. So I'm actually grateful for the feedback from these two people who are not happy, because it does help me now narrow down my learners and my parents' search even more, so that when they get to my class, they know exactly what to expect and they know what their kid should be capable of before they sign up for my class. And so as crazy as that is, and I can't even believe that that's where I'm at either, like that's such growth, but I am like sitting here thinking like I am grateful for it, because I didn't know that that was not clear in my listing, and now I do, and now I have an exact like, hey, this is for this. So if this is not you, like this is not the place. So be grateful for your feedback. And figure out how you can modify or explore a different way to make your listings clarified for your people who are, for the people who are searching for you and trying to sign up in your classes. So don't let it get you down. And if you do need to like vent about it, because I get that, I totally do. That's what I'm here for. Come into the group, tell us about it. We can all help, talk you off the ledge, or you can email me personally, Michelle@MichelleMahoneyOnline.com. Chances are at this point, I have, been through it, seen it, heard about it, and I can help guide you in the way that you need to go. And I just don't want anyone to let this, totally disrupt their life, or, freak out and all of a sudden feel like you're not doing the right thing. And, this whole thing is over now. And because I do know that people can get to that point, probably because I used to get to that point myself. And so I know that it's such a slippery slope. When one bad thing happens, you're so prepared. You're like, hop on the sled, let's go down this hill. No, put on the right boots, or change your boots and keep trucking up the hill. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to come up with all these analogies right now. I just don't want you to get discouraged just because you got, a less than desirable review, or, a bad review. See it as a positive and see how you can change that around and fix things for the future and make things better. That's all you can do. So just don't give up. No matter what, do not give up, because you can do it, okay? Be confident in yourself. Okay, I hope this video was super helpful for somebody, or, just gives you some inspiration to keep going. And, maybe even my 2-liners there, you can copy what I said exactly for your feedback if you ever get it. And hopefully this will give you some good clarification that, yes, even me, somebody who's, becoming pretty successful on the online teaching journey, can still have bad reviews happen. Like, everybody has them. I just feel like at this point, if you're starting to get like the trolls coming out or the bad reviews and people being down on you, I've made it, right? Like, now I've made it, because now when the haters come out, it's when you're starting to make it. So just look at it that way if you can. All right, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you can check out my videos every week. I post twice a week to help you in your online teaching journey. And don't forget, if you're not in my Facebook group for successful online teachers, go down to my description down below, join the group, have fun, come in there, learn all about online teaching, and I can help you along your way, figure out where you'd like to go and what direction. So I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Have a good one.